Okay, I think we are live. If anyone can see us, hear us, and I don't know if all of that looks good, let us know in the comments. I'm mildly traumatized. I had a stream once where I was like drawing maps and I just put my map up and not my face, and I didn't realize my audio wasn't on it for like the first hour, so now I'm traumatized. Hello, Formica. Thank you. Okay, we're live, we are audible, and we are visible. Wonderful. Hello, Kyle. Oh, thank you, everybody. Okay, sweet. All right, so, and if this ends up like having it on the screen, the comments, if that ends up being too distracting for people, because I know there's a lot more going on this stream than there usually is, just let me know and I can get that all fixed. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Magico. Okay, so I think I so far recognize everyone in the chat, so you all already know who I am, at least. But welcome to my cover reveal celebration stream. Yay! I have some other authors here with me to help celebrate my cover coming out, to dock covers and to play a game that I put together. But before we pull up the cover, which you will have already seen on Instagram if you follow me there, I want everyone here to introduce themselves. So we'll go clockwise. So Phil, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Phil Cameron. I am in Madeline's writing group. We've been friends for a couple of years now, and I'm really excited for her to share this with all of you.
Thank you. Lucille?
My name is Lucille J. Knight. I'm also in a group with Madeline, and I debuted in 2022, so I do have some books out already, but I still kind of feel like a baby author because I'm still kind of small, but we're growing, so.
Nice. I feel like it takes a while to get past that baby author stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Mallory?
Yeah, I'm Mallory Demlin. We're in a Discord together. That's how I know Madeline. And I spend most of my time online, and all my author friends are online, so it's really fun to be here.
Yeah. Jen?
Hi, I'm Jennifer Alice Provost. I am not a newbie author. I have more than 30 books out, all different sorts of fantasy. And I am also in the Pharaoh Discord with Madeline. Yay, Madeline!
Yeah. Yay, frienders. Cody?
Hello, I am Cody the Writer, or Cody Wayne Morris is my author name, but I'm Cody the Writer here on YouTube. Me and Madeline met through YouTube. And yeah, I have one book out. It's the Ghost Writers Club mystery thriller. I have a paranormal thriller coming out this year, and then the last quarter of 2025, I wrote the first draft of the first book in my fantasy series. So I'm a little all over with the genres. I just kind of write the stories that hit me upside the head, and it's a great time, and I'm happy to be here.
Excited for the fantasy convert. It's fun. Okay, so then let me pull up, where is it? Here, this one, I think. Here we go. Okay, so I feel like, I don't know, I feel like people have already, some of them have already seen it, and it's weird doing a real reveal thing live, but woo, it's a cover. I don't know. Sparkles. So Because the Beast Came is coming out in April on the 9th. So we're not even 3 months out now, I think, if I can count, which I think I can. Yeah, that's slightly less than 3 months. And then if you don't know, the big thing I want to bring up real quick, I had a bit of a crisis a couple of months ago, which most of the people on this stream may or may not already be aware of this. But I originally had a different cover for this book. And I realized after getting some really, really wonderful advice that it was not going to do me the best service, not because it wasn't a wonderful cover, but because it did not represent my book very well. And a lot of what this stream is going to focus on is kind of talking about the purpose of covers and the points of covers and all the things that they say to us. So I thought it would be fun to show you guys what that original cover looks like. Because I thought, I don't know, that would be cool. And most people outside of, I don't know, most people haven't seen it. So the original cover is this one, which I think you all can tell they're very, very different vibes. yeah, I mean, I don't know if any of y'all wanted to comment on this real quick.
I remember when you posted the original cover in the Pharaoh server,
Uh-huh.
and I remember the consensus being like, "Oh my God, it's gorgeous! Is your book YA?" And I really felt for you because I have a series that is not YA at all, but I had these illustrated covers commissioned, and I loved them, and they're beautiful, and I had to get the whole thing recovered. So
Mhm.
you avoided my mistake, and I am proud of you for that.
Oh, thank you. It was definitely a day of panic, but yeah, that was the big thing, was like, hey, like, is this, because I think the like consensus, if we pulled it all together, of like what the OG cover gives, is it's a beautiful cover that says like lower YA, maybe upper middle grade fantasy fairy tale retelling, maybe like a Red Riding Hood retelling or something. Like that's what it suggests the book is, which is very much not what it is. And yeah, people in the chat are pointing out, like, it is very pretty. It is really beautiful. It is hand illustrated. It was very expensive. And like, it's gorgeous, right? But like, it doesn't matter how pretty it is if it attracts the wrong readers, unfortunately, which is very, very sad.
To
Like,
me,
one
it
thing
looks like
I
it could be
would-
used for like. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say it looks like it could be used for a special edition one day.
I might do that. Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Like-
totally should. I have done that before, where it's like, well, I did get this
Yeah.
illustration.
Yeah.
Like, I would say, having read the book, like, I could see the original one being like how it looks like as she's walking through that world. But the one on the new one definitely captures how that book feels.
Mhm.
And I think that's the really important part. Both are beautiful. Both, I think, fit the book for different reasons, but for marketing purposes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then, all right. Okay, so moving on past that. Oh, and I do have the artist that drew this, Onion. Wonderful. She's wonderful. I was originally gonna do like a whole stream with her, but I'm like, no, I can't use the cover anymore. And then I got the one on the left that is my actual cover from Arts Can Dare, which I don't know if it's supposed to be like Arts Can Dare. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know either.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then I had a few panel style questions for everyone to answer, and by a few I mean literally I have two. But that's okay. So my first question for everybody is, do you judge a book by its cover? Because with the marketing advice that we get, right, it seems to very much suggest that there's a lot of authors or readers out there that just kind of are like, the cover is the end all be all, and then they move on. So I'm curious, out of you all, do you do this yourself? So I have a order. Well, let's just go in order along the bottom, because I feel like that's easier for everybody. So Phil, do you want to start again?
Sure, yeah, I can start. I really try not to, but I definitely do. The reason I try not to is because, like, there was, when I was a teenager, there was a book series that I did not read, and I avoided because I thought the cover made the book look stupid, and so I assumed the book was stupid. And then I read one of the books, and I was like, I love this. This is amazing. I was stupid. So I try not to, but we all have our biases. We all make snap judgments, and I know I definitely do.
Mm-hmm. Lucille?
I'm kind of in the same boat. I try not to judge a book by its cover, but at the same time, I really am guilty of it.
Yeah. Mallory?
I mean, I straight up, I do. I have sort of two modes when I'm buying books. One is like, I'm going to get this because it has a cover that looks like it might be something that I like. And I think a lot of messaging just happens visually because we're such visual creatures.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I do, this is meant very lovingly, dumpster diving, where looking specifically for books that have covers I wouldn't usually pick, or have blurbs that are maybe not the best blurbs, but like the look inside is good, or like don't have very many reviews, the sort of stuff that I wouldn't usually read. Because I'm like one-click buying because I just like things that are pretty. And I have found some really great books that way. Like my sort of what I do on like freebie giveaways or something like that is I completely ignore covers. I just click things that have interesting concepts. And I figure like if it's a holiday or whatever, and I hide in the bathroom for 5 minutes, I'm like, can't read this book, DNF it. No harm lost. It was my companion for 5 minutes. But I think that's the skill of making a cover or finding a cover and the skill of writing a blurb are so different than writing a book.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do turn that off on purpose sometimes. And most of the time, yeah, it's pretty one clicks.
That's a pretty cool thing to try. Now I'm very curious about doing like a little reading challenge like that. Jen?
It depends. So I find that indie authors in general are much, much better about tying the cover to like the vibes of the book. But for trad books, I really give them a lot of grace. I used to work in publishing. So I know for a fact what some of these books go through before they actually get a cover. And I know a lot of times the cover that's put on the book is put there for reasons that have nothing to do with the book whatsoever. So I give trad books a lot of grace when it comes to covers. Like there have even been some this past year that I'm like, why in the world are you doing that? But they did. So here we are.
Cody?
The short answer is yes, but really it's like I don't necessarily judge the book by its cover, but it's the cover that gets me close enough to the book to judge it. You know what I'm saying? So like if the cover doesn't like pull me in, I'm not picking up the book to see what it's about or whatever. So it's like yes, mostly yes.
Yeah, I'm definitely, I think in a similar boat to most of you, and I think most people are, even though, most people wish they weren't, but they are. I find that like if I am browsing, like the cover has to attract me just because there's so many books out there and I'm very much a mood reader. So if I'm just scrolling, like I can't click on every single book that like just shows up on my phone to like look through. So I look for something where the book cover looks like it could be what I'm looking for and then I'll look at it. But like if I'm, I guess, considering a book for another reason, like if I'm at like a conference or something where I'm like talking to the author or like I am being shown something about the book that's not just the cover, then the cover doesn't matter as much to me because then there's other things to base it off of. But like there's so many books out there. It's hard to find them. Okay, let's see. Okay, my next question, because this is the theme of the whole cover thing, which I'm also curious what everyone's thoughts are on, which kind of takes it a step further, which is the a cover having the correct vibes versus being the most accurate. And I joked that I needed to like, embroider this onto a pillow or something. So let's start like midway. So Mallory, do you want to talk on this first?
Sure. I mean, as a person who does shop by cover, I'm very much vibes over accuracy on a lot of things. I read a lot of monster romance, and that does require accuracy. Like if you have a certain type of monster boyfriend on the cover, he better be in the book. But when it comes to like object covers or stuff like that, like it should just look like the thing that's inside of it, as far as like an emotional experience, as opposed to necessarily being accurate. And the thing that actually clinched this for me was when I was a baby author, I was talking with someone who was frustrated that her book wasn't selling. It was a paranormal werewolf romance, and it didn't have a moon on the cover, and she didn't want there to be a moon on the cover, like no full moons. And I was like, you know what? I get it. Like, I get why there has to be vibes. Like, I know that like she had like a comet thing or something like that. It's like, I get that that's important, but you need to be able to catch someone's eye who's just scrolling through 500 books and they have to like see the thing that means, yeah, it's werewolves and it's a full moon. And the same thing carries over like all over the place.
Yeah, that tracks. Jen?
Yeah, I totally agree. It has to be vibes over accuracy, especially when you're getting into something like horror or a thriller. Like you don't necessarily want that to be an accurate cover. Like It, for instance, you don't want that to be an accurate cover. You just want like a red balloon on there somewhere. But But yeah, I mean, and like Mallory was saying, you want to kind of have like an emotional connection with this book. And that's what's going to make people, like, marketing is all emotion when you come down to it. So like if you can look at a horror cover and think, ooh, that looks scary, then the cover designer's done their job.
Cody?
Definitely vibes, because I mean, typically if someone is scrolling looking for books, they know what vibe they're looking for, whether it be a romance or, you know, or whatever. Like if you have a hockey romance and you don't have 2 hockey players on the cover, that's like, you know, that doesn't fit the vibe. So I'm looking for the two hockey players. So, but there is a small part of me as an indie author that wants a little bit of accuracy, even if I can just get a little bit, just a sprinkle. For at least for me to know, you know, just so I can have that little secret that I get to hold. Like, I know what that means, but you won't know what that means until you read it, kind of thing. But definitely vibes are the most important for sure.
Yeah. I'll add that, like, 2 quick things. The first one is that I tend to forget what the cover looked like once I'm a chapter in. So like, if it's not accurate, I don't even know if I would like notice after the fact, unless it was like really significant. And the second thing is that I had my sister reading the book actually for Because the Beast Came, and she read it once, having seen the original cover, right? And so like I printed her out. Where even is it? It's over there. I'm not gonna go get it, but like I have like a earlier cover that has like the same coloring and like just the background of the OG cover. And she like read that. And then the second time she read it, I sent it to her with the new cover. And she was like, the mindset that it started her off in was so much better for actually like getting started on the book. And I feel like if a cover puts you in the right mindset to start the book, that's all you need. I mean, obviously I'd like it to be 100% accurate too, but yeah. Phil?
I'm going to probably echo a lot of what others said, and I agree, vibes are the most important thing. And I think for exactly the reason that you just said, although I'm also like Cody, I do like a little bit of accuracy. Like for example, like if they're wearing clothes, like I don't need those clothes to have described exactly that way in the book. But if there is an explicit detail, like, I don't know, hair color, and it is described as, you know, they're a brunette and the girl on the cover is a blonde, I'm like, well, then who is that? Not my main character. So that I do like to be accurate, but everything else, like, vibes over accuracy for sure.
Yeah. Lucille?
I'm definitely, as a consumer, very vibesy. You know, I'm very mood oriented, so I kind of like, just if it gives me the right feels, then I'll go for it. But as an author, I try to go for accuracy as much as possible. Like if there's something on my cover, I want it to make sense for my story somehow.
Yeah. Okay. So then those are my questions. So the next I wanted us to all talk about, well, mostly you all, because I have already talked about my cover, sort of. I showed it to you, that counts. But we sort of know what all goes into the covers and the importance of them and like the job they have to fulfill and all of that. So I made like slides where I pulled everyone's covers or the ones they wanted to talk about so that everyone kind of share, you know, their approach with that and talk to it. And we can look at pretty covers, because who doesn't want to do that? Phil?
I actually have a question before you do that. Maybe could you tell us why you picked the cover you did?
Oh, like, hold on, let me go back. Like this one? This one?
What spoke to you about this cover?
I mean, I think it gave all the vibes that this other one didn't, right? Like, it is an adult book, right? So I wanted it to be very clear that, you know, there is adult content in a lot of different ways in this book, right? Both from an emotional standpoint, you know, a open door concept, and also like there's a lot of like, not like a ton of violence, but there's some violence, there's some questionable scenes in there, right? Like it's very adult. I don't want someone to accidentally pick that up and think it's YA. I also think it very much gives that kind of dark, creepy, sinister mood, which is very important for the book. It's, I wouldn't call it post-apocalyptic, because that means something from a genre perspective, but like the setting is post-apocalyptic to a sense, right? Like you have these people that are still in the throes of like a huge social collapse like 15 years ago, right? They have these monsters that are like hunting them in the woods and have, you know, everyone has lost people. Everyone is very like traumatized in a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different generational effects from that and stuff. And so like starting it out from that mindset of it having that like creepier kind of darker mood, I think sets you up a lot better than thinking this is going to be like a light, cute little romp through the forest to grandmother's house, you know? That's kind of the idea.
I love it. I love the whatever that, I'm assuming it's a beast slithering all about the cover, like behind the title. It really sets a tone like, oh, there's some beasts and they're not great beasts.
I feel like there's eyes watching me.
Yeah, like from behind it or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I see like you were talking about the like, you know, abandoned, like after the collapse of society, you have like the levery growing over all of the stone structures and metal structures.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely gives that like overgrown kind of
like
kind of
nature is trying to reclaim, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah. So like even though it's not like 100% accurate, right? Like is there that kind of, is that ornate detailing accurate for like the society or things you'd see there? No, not necessarily. Is this dagger specifically of a style that would fit the setting? No, not necessarily, but like it doesn't conflict and it gives the vibes, which is important. Okay, so then let's click through to
Thanks for humoring me, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I have Jennifer's slide up first. So do you want to start us off with this?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, you cut out for a minute, so I have no idea what you asked me. I've got a generalized idea.
Do you want to talk about your covers?
All right. That's what I figured it was.
Yeah.
All right. So what happened here? I had a work in progress for a story that was an arranged marriage where the sister ran off. So it ends up that the last dragon shifter has to marry the wrong sister. Mm-hmm. And in said story, there was an entire order of Phoenix Knights. And that they play a pretty significant part to the story. And then lo and behold, a cover designer on Instagram, Selkie, who is fantastic, I love her to no end, had a pre-made drop, and that is where we got Phoenix Rising. She literally just looked inside my brain and made that cover. I don't know how. So I had nothing to do with the making of this cover, but it fit the vibes of my book perfectly. Because we have the sword, we have the phoenix. The main character's name is Rosalie. We have roses in the background. There are these beautiful crystal feathers falling. Then I wrote the prequel for Phoenix Rising, which is The Phoenix and the Cat. And Lexi is the name of the designer behind Selkie. So Lexi took the initial concept and she tweaked it enough so it matched the Phoenix and the Cat. If you zoom in on the hilt, I don't know if you can do that here, but you'll just have to take my word for it. If you zoom in on the hilt, instead of a phoenix, it's a cat. So she really made the cover fit the story quite well. It was fun. She's great to work with.
Yeah, like when you first sent this to me and I was looking at it, I was like, oh, look at all those elements. And I was curious if it was a pre-made or if it was like custom made, because like everything was in there. I was like, yeah, it was custom.
No, that's the thing. It was like she literally already made everything that I needed. And I'm like, wow, this is simple. How come everything isn't like this?
If it could only be always that easy.
I know. Tell me about it.
Okay, so then let's see what we've got next. Cody.
Me. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about my cover with the conversation we were having earlier about like vibes over accuracy. So with the vibes, mostly it was just like, I love thriller covers that give you something like normal, but give you like one little thing, two little things that kind of give it more of an eerie tone, like the blood splatter, the burnt edges of the page. And so that's really where, I don't know, this whole time I had this image of a billboard, because there's a moment that pretty much kicks off this whole story where the main character is looking at a billboard. He's starting at this new academy for writers. And so he's looking at this billboard and he sees the QR code of the skull in the middle. And that is the link that connects him to the Ghostwriters Club, because he learns that he's trying to finish this series for his dad, who basically interviewed killers and looked at like the humanity behind like what got them to that point, what pushed them to that point. Basically like the makings of a murderer, but in book form. And his dad, before he died, asked him to finish the story. So he hears a group member dies in this group, the Ghostwriters Club. And so that's why he joins, tries to solve the murder, all while hoping that he doesn't get caught himself. So that was like the whole vibe. It started with the billboard. And then for the like element that it's the prologue starts with a fire. It basically starts at the end of the story with a fire. And that's why I added the burnt edges to the QR code to kind of give it that little hint of accuracy. That's really the one piece of the entire cover, is just the QR code with the burnt edges. That is the accurate to the story. But yeah.
And I think the fact that you have sticky notes on there is also just like very writer.
Yeah. Very that, because I mean, it talks about like it's like 6 writers and all of the things that they're going through at this academy, and it's basically like Pretty Little Liars meets Riverdale meets I Know What You Did Last Summer. So that's the vibe.
Love it. Okay. Next we have Lucille.
Hello. So this is Unchained Vow. It's a paranormal romance. It's set in Anchorage, Alaska, which is near where I'm from. It's about a gritty police detective who ends up on the tail of a vampire, except she doesn't know that vampires exist. So she is joined by Father Anatoly, who helps her find out about the paranormal world and keeps her safe and in that world. And it's kind of a fun read about that and their forbidden romance. So
Nice. Yeah, and you could definitely, I feel like, see that with the cover too, because like you have the cross, you have the gun there, like, and even the font, honestly, like that font is very good too. Like it fits the genre very well with those tropes.
Thank you. I actually did the font myself. I chose the font, and it's from Sinister Fonts, I believe. So I'll just give them a shout out. And Get Covers did my cover as well. They did it, and then I didn't quite like the font they chose, so I did it myself.
Yeah, it definitely gives like vampire. Okay. So next we have Mallory, and I have 3 sides for Mallory. So this is the first one.
I have a heap of covers. So this is one of my early series. I actually made all my own covers. So I would consider these covers fine. I think they're okay. Because I don't think they're actually really on genre. So these are all like high fantasy romances. And I think particularly like Sorceress and the Incubus gives high fantasy, but not the romance part. So I don't know. This was one of my early forays into covers. I did a lot of experimentation with them, and I do like technically like the way they came out. I would do them differently later, but they're like good enough that I haven't recovered them. I think they're B C plus covers for my genre. The other series I have, which you can go to the next slide.
Next slide.
I think these covers are a lot better in the sense that they are really on genre. So this is my Fated Mate series, and they are dark fantasy romance. I think they give dark fantasy romance across the board. Yeah. And I do have like some small amounts of accuracy in them. The necklace on Claws of the Raven Prince is like an actual necklace that's in the book. But mostly they're vibes based. And then the last one is not in the main series. It's set 17 years after the main series, and it's more modern. So it is set like after the veil comes down, basically, and that is why there's a gun on there. But I actually really love that cover. I think it is well balanced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, they all definitely give genre to me. I feel like the last one definitely is the most like compelling to my taste. Like, I feel like I would absolutely be like, what is this? I mean, they're all good, but you know.
I've gotten better at making covers over the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So Captured is one of the earlier covers that I made, as I went on. I think they've improved.
Yeah. Okay. Next slide.
Yep. And this is my new series, which I'm doing illustrated. So I think illustrations have a really different set of things that you have to care about, and particularly posing. With this one, the artist that I used is one who I've used before for like single person illustrations, but she'd never done book covers before. And I think we went through like probably 20 iterations of poses before we found one that actually like looked like they had this sort of push me pull you situation going on. You can get the enemies to lovers vibes off of it, I think, pretty easily. Yes. And for like the exact sort of sub niche I'm in, this is the type of cover that people are using. I really like it. I actually paid for someone else to do the typography, and they did a fantastic job. I love the dagger coming out through the text, and I love the chain coming out through the text. So this is one of my favorite covers that I possess. It was more expensive than the ones that I made myself.
Yeah. I love illustrated covers. Like, I really do. Like, I know they're like so much more expensive and they're not as like on market in all the subgenres. Like, but I love them. I have a,
oh yeah, I was super mixed on going illustrated. Like, everyone went illustrated. I was in my like little tiny spot, and I was like, well, I guess I have to go illustrated too. So I have to spend the money, and it was like, that's sad. But I have always been like an illustrated fantasy book girly. Like, my shelves are covered with like old trade paperbacks with like painted covers, and I do like that we are getting back into it.
Yes, that is. I want covers that are just the oil paintings,
Yeah.
Totally cost effective. Okay. Oh, next, the wonderful. Do you want to tell us what this is, Phil?
Sure. So I am not a published author, but I do concept art for myself, just for shits and giggles. So this is for one of the books I was working on. It is a contemporary fantasy, which I tried to capture the office setting, the characters, and the little bit of magic with the sparkles floating above her hand for vibes. Obviously, would never put something out there with stick covers, but it worked for me.
I'm just honestly like, I imagine you trying to find like ARC readers, and you're just like this, and everyone's like, oh my gosh. Okay, so the next one.
Also, another book that I was working on. This one, obviously, a little bit more completed than the last concept drawing. Just trying to give vibes. It's an urban fantasy. And this one is probably my favorite concept drawing. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this one. It's a secondary world fantasy, and there's ghosts. And he is not a grave robber, as you see him climbing out of the grave.
Yeah. And for those of you that don't know, Jack, who is presently climbing out of the grave, holds a very, very special place in my heart, and I can't wait for Jack to be out there one day.
One day.
It's going to happen. Okay.
And this will be special cover edition when it does really, really well. Special edition, stick cover.
Yeah. I love it. If only we could all be so famous that we could be like, I made this in paint, y'all. Check me out. And then we'd make millions, George of Conlangery is very in favor of you doing stick covers, stick person covers.
It is my favorite for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely eye-catching. I don't know if it's the right way, but definitely eye-catching.
I mean, you want to catch eyes. Okay, but it is now time to proceed to the game portion of this evening's activities. Let me switch back to this real quick. And I'm going to tell you all the rules and how this is going to work. And okay, I have them written up because I will forget things, then everyone would be confused 3 rounds in, so I'm going to read them. So we are going to play a game, and the audience can play too, so all of y'all pay attention, where we are going to look at fantasy covers. They will all be fantasy that I've pre-selected, and you can try to guess the details about the book. So this could be age category. It's all going to be within adult, new adult, YA. I wasn't going younger than that because I know literally nothing about conventions beyond that. But yes, you can guess what other genres the book is in addition to fantasy. You could guess some of the like major subgenres that are in it, right? So like, is it a fantasy romance? Is it a fantasy horror? Is it a dark book? Is it, right? Like if it's a category on Amazon, you can guess it, right? And then for everyone that you get correctly, you get a point, right? So if it's like a vampire fantasy romance, you could get vampires romance. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And I have a spreadsheet to keep track of everything. Let's see. And if it's even if it's not listed on the like list that I determined, that doesn't mean you can't get a point for it because there's some things I didn't write down. But if someone is like, oh, it's totally werewolves and it is werewolves, you'll get a point, right? Because that's a whole subgenre. However, if you already know the book, right? Like if you look at it and you're like, I could basically tell you what the blurb is for that already. I know what it is. I've read it or I'm familiar with it. I just ask that you abstain from voting on that one or picking for that one. Your final score will be an average of all the covers you were able to score points for, so it will not count against you. I tried to pick books. There are a few that are a little bit more well-known, but mostly I tried to find ones that I didn't think were like as well-known. And lastly, so the way this is going to work, I will show you the cover. I have 14 total. We don't have to get through them all. And then I will alternate who goes first. And that person is going to share their prediction of what they think that cover is telling them. Or like, you know, there's also other elements, right? The title and all that. And then after that, anyone who has anything to add or thinks something different can jump in and add that. And then I will show the cover details and what I've identified. If there's anything I'm missing, just ask. And then I will have everyone hold up the number of points they got and I'll add it into the spreadsheet just to make this go a little bit more smoothly and quicker. So, any questions before we get started?
Can I just hold up my fingers for points?
Yeah, that's what I figure you do. Yeah. You could just be like 2 or like 0 or 10. There's the camera. You can't get 10, but you know, you can try. Okay, so switch back over here. And this is our first cover. Let me pull up my spreadsheet. So I have Jennifer going first for this one. So when you're ready, just let us know what you think this cover is.
I'm going to say that is a vampire fantasy romance.
Okay. Does anyone have anything to add or does anyone disagree?
Forbidden romance.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I don't think I got that deep into the tropes, but if it's in there. Okay, so I mostly just have screenshots off Amazon and then what I wrote based off the categories and what it like listed it as, but I did have to go back and check because my husband guessed the vampires too. And it is vampires. It doesn't say that anywhere on here, but it is vampires. So you get a point if you thought vampire. It's Greco-Roman myth and legend, which if you guess that, you get a point. And then romance, you get a point. So if everyone's
romance, I may abstain. I know Bella very well.
That's fair. And it does say forbidden romance in literally that first line. So Cody, you'll have to take a point for that one. So yeah, hold up your points. And if you want to throw yours out in the chat, just like throw those out. The one for Cody. Mallory is abstaining. Anybody else?
So
Two for
if we
me.
guess vampire romance, is that 1 point or 2 points?
2 points.
Okay.
Are we guessing on all of them or just the person you call on?
You don't have to say it out loud, but you'll just have to like, yeah. I'm trusting you here to I think I have everyone other than Jennifer.
You can. I can abstain from this one.
Okay. Okay, so then our next cover is this one, and I have Cody here for verbally sharing your prediction.
Okay. There's a girl with wings. I mean, it seems like some kind of maybe like fae pirate romance situation because the pirate ship. And I see a full moon that could mean a werewolf. You never know. And then is that like a mirror that she's looking into? Like dark running, exile of the winter court. Yeah, I'm gonna give fae pirate romantasy.
Okay. Does anyone have any conflicting guesses?
I'm going to guess that also, but I'm going to guess it's YA.
Okay, we have a YA.
Yeah. I didn't give it.
Yeah, YA.
Okay. All right. For the review, we have contemporary / paranormal fantasy, alternate history. Yeah. I think there is romance in here, so I feel like you would get a point for that. I don't think it's romantasy, but it definitely has romance in it. Just given that last line, if she doesn't outwit him, outrun him, or outright kill him, both realms may pay the price. They're probably gonna,
Do I get points for fae and pirate, or just both of them as one?
Let's see. Pirate is pirate.
Because I see an occasional pirate in bold.
Yes, then yes, you get a point for pirate. Because I feel like pirate is yeah. Okay, so hold up your points. So 3 for Cody.
2
for Jen. 2 for Lucille. 2. Okay. Very good. Okay. Okay. So then the next one is this one.
Ooh.
And I have Lucille sharing for this one.
Okay. I'm definitely getting like dark romance vibes, maybe thriller vibes. It's supposed to be fantasy though, right? So I guess dark fantasy romance. So would be my guess.
Okay. Does anyone have anything conflicting or anything to add?
I'm going to add that, but also I think it's probably urban fantasy.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen.
Oh, I was gonna say it looks like something that might have significant like power dynamics, like BDSM style.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. The actual organ of the heart is giving me like horror vibes.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's dripping with this weird liquid something.
Is it frozen?
I don't know.
Why is it blue?
I don't know. I did pull all these together and I've forgotten what almost all of them are because I have the memory of a goldfish.
Oh, I wonder if it has science fiction stuff and that's like an alien heart, maybe. Is that too weird?
Never too weird.
Fair. Okay. Are we ready for the reveal? Okay. So this is a sci-fi fantasy dystopian dark romance.
Oh.
I thought this one was going to be the one that there were going to be the most people that would have to abstain from, because this one, like, I've seen it around. Like, as you can see, it's number 2 in sci-fi romance right now. Like, it's really popular, but I was like, I don't think any of us are sci-fi romance authors, so maybe they won't have seen it. Okay, so points. Okay, 0, 2, 2. Okay. Seal. How many points, Jen?
I didn't guess any of those things.
Okay. Okay, I think I got that right. Okay, so this is our next cover, and I have Mallory.
Well, I'm going to go dark again on this one. It's a book 1, so I'm also going to go like it's a long series, and probably, I mean, it's adult, not YA. I have no idea if it's romance or not.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything conflicting or different or anything to add?
I might go grimdark on this one.
I'm gonna add in paranormal, kind of witchy vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I was getting that with the whatever's hanging from that bug.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. For the reveal, we have dark fantasy, horror, action, adventure, romance. And if anything that doesn't give an age category is adult. So, okay. I should have changed my spreadsheet to be in the same order that you all are on my screen. It would have helped, because I'm like, oh God, going back and forth. Okay, so points. Okay, 2 for Cody, 1 for Jen. Cody gets balloons. Oh, it's like 1, 1, 1. Okay, sweet. All right. This is the next cover, and we have Phil.
Okay, this is definitely action. I would say sci-fi. Oh, age category, I'm having a hard time. I know I failed on this one before, but I'm going to say YA again.
Okay. Anyone have anything to add?
I think it's probably like a lit RPG or some sort of progression fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting maybe sci-fantasy vibes.
Okay. For the reveal, we have, it is lit RPG.
Good call.
Yeah, and it has it's in the Asian myth and legend, and wait, George in the chat, how do we pronounce this? Unless one of you all know. Is it like Chanchi? I can't remember. Is the X like the, I can't remember what sound that is. But that word. That's the specific thing that it is.
Yeah, it's a cultivation fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, X is like so Xianqi? Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Thank you. Those are all the conlangers in the chat. Well, also the people that are familiar with this type of thing, but also. Okay. We don't need to go as far as IP in the chat, although that would be kind of fun. Brilliant. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I should have looked that up beforehand and then I forgot. But anyway. All right. So points.
I feel like I got none of that.
Here we go.
Well, you got the action part, action and sci-fi.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I'll give myself 1.
Okay. Lucille?
I got fantasy, I think.
Okay.
I said sci-fantasy. I don't know if that counts.
I mean, it's definitely sci-fi. Like, I mean, would you count that as sci-fi? I mean, it's got like, I feel like that counts.
I mean, there's robots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, also, thank you, George. This is going to cover all of our faces, but oh, just me and Phil. There's the IPA. Love it. Okay. Okay, I did get everyone. All right, so here is the next one, and we are back to Jennifer.
Okay, so we've got a castle. Looks like one of those nice German fairy tale castles. Pretty roses. So this is definitely a fantasy romance. I am going to take a huge leap and say that. So I just want to give a disclaimer. I know this author from a server we're in. I know nothing about this book. I didn't even know she had this book. So not like with Vela, who I sort of kind of know. I'm gonna take a huge leap and say that this is a Snow White retelling.
Ooh. Okay.
I was thinking the same thing because the
I
kiss of
also
winter,
think it
that's
is
how
a
you wake her
retelling.
up.
Mm-hmm.
But it could also be like a Frozen retelling. So I'm not entirely sure, but I definitely think retelling.
I'm gonna go Winterfell arranged romance. Swinging hard for this one.
Okay. All right. It's for the reveal. We definitely have fairy tale folklore. We have dark romance. Let's see if it says
Snow Queen. Got
Snow
it.
Queen. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. And if we get too contentious at some point, we can someone can Google it, and I think we're doing pretty good though. Okay, so points. Actually, we're gonna try something different this time. If I say your name, can you say the point, and we'll see if that's easier for me. Jen?
3.
Cody?
2.
Lucille?
2.
Mallory?
2.
Bill?
3.
Brilliant. That was much easier. We're gonna do it that way, as long as that doesn't bother anybody. Romantasy only counts as 1 point because all of these are fantasy.
Then give me 2.
Oh, okay. So I was answering a question.
Just 1 for me then.
Okay. Yeah, like the romance part is a point, right?
I was trying to steal a point.
It's okay. Here is the next cover, and we're with Cody.
Wow. It's I can't tell if those look maybe like dragons or snakes. Tell me about it. Cat is having a huss fest. Okay, so the deepest blue, it's giving ocean, it's giving underwater, maybe mermaids, because I'm thinking like mermaid romance, fantasy, sci-fi. Those are my thoughts.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm thinking it might lean a little bit darker, like into like Leviathan type kind of monsters from the deep fantasy. Yeah.
Darker.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else? We good?
Can I add mythology?
Sure.
That's a good one.
Okay, so for the reveal, we've got a YA coming of age dark horror romance. Which is the Island of the Blue Dolphins meets the Hunger Games, which I thought was crazy. My husband's only guess for this one was Cthulhu. And just as like a note, I did specifically pick covers that I thought were like could be slightly less obvious because I had to scroll a lot and I'm like, this would be the boringest game ever if everyone just gets 100% every single time. Okay, so points. Jennifer first?
I didn't get any of that.
Okay. Cody?
I guess 1 because I said romance.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Lucille?
2. I got dark and romantasy.
Okay. Mallory?
1.
Phil?
1.
Okay. We are about halfway. Do you all want like a current standing of the points, or do you want to just not know until it's over? Okay, people, we don't want to know. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Oh, okay, let's go to the next one. We have this cover, and we are with Lucille.
Wings that fine. Definitely romance and Asian vibes. And romance. So, did I say romance or did I say fantasy? Fantasy, romance, Asian vibes. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay. Anyone have anything to add?
I'm gonna add like dark academia because I see Bloodwing Academy at the top.
Oh,
Yeah, I would agree with that. And probably dragons.
so would I.
Dragon shifters.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. For the reveal, we've got academia, vampires, romance, dark. And if you see something else in there that you said, you can grab it.
Interesting that it's vampires and not dragons.
Well, there are dragons.
There
Vampires
are dragons.
riders.
It says it in like that second paragraph. There's dragons.
Yeah. Vampires and dragon riders. So definitely still the dragons. It just wasn't in there, like they didn't pick that as the categories.
That's wild.
Yeah. Okay. So, Jennifer, points?
2.
Cody?
3.
Lucille?
1.
Mallory?
3.
Bill?
3.
Okay. Very good. Also, for you in the chat, I'm ignoring you verbally, but I'm enjoying your guessing. So continue to entertain me, please. Thank you. Okay. Next we have Mallory guessing.
All right. Well, obviously dragons again. I'm going to take a swing for like a YA non-romance, like adventure type book.
Okay. Any conflicting thoughts?
I was given like political fantasy, you know, because it's the reign of the Dragon Queen. I'm just throwing that out there to see.
Okay. All right.
Might be mythology.
Oh, okay. Okay. For the reveal, we have new adult, coming of age, dragons, and mythical creatures. And I would, if you said YA, I would take the point there. Because like it's new adult is that like kind of fuzzy, you know? So I would take that point. And no romance, as far as I can tell. I don't think there's any romance. I think the bond is between the dragon and the queen, I think. Or the heiress, I think. That was my interpretation anyway. Okay. So points for Jennifer.
1.
Cody.
1.
Lucille.
2.
Mallory.
2.
Bill.
2.
Okay.
I'm going to call out that Dragon Rider of Pern mention from Con Langery. I think that's dead on when it bonded to a queen dragon. 100%.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. I feel like that's almost like double points. It's very close.
It's big. That's like that's a really deep cut.
Yeah. This cover spoke to you, George. Okay. Okay. So the next one is this one, and we are at Phil.
Okay. I'm going to say gothic romance. Darker, yeah, adult gothic romance, like dark fantasy.
Okay. Anyone have any conflicting thoughts?
Something about justice because there's scales.
Maybe enemies to lovers.
Hmm. Okay. We ready? I see some very intense squinting over there, Cody.
I have nothing to add.
All right, so this is dark romance contemporary. Trying to see if the other tropes are obvious in there. I mean, we've got gods and dragons and fae. It's hard because the screenshot is mostly just like the quotes, not the actual like. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if silver and gold means anything. Okay, so points. Jennifer?
1.
Cody?
1.
Lucille?
2.
Mallory?
2.
Phil?
2.
Okay. So the next cover is this one, and we're with Jennifer again.
Okay. I'm going to say dark fantasy romance. Obviously, there's some gods involved. Yeah, I'd say a dark fantasy romance with some sort of mythological element.
And I'm going to throw in kind of court drama. Like, not courtroom, but like a court of nobles.
Like the Fae court or something.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
The court, not a real court.
Okay. So then for the reveal, we've got dark horror romance.
I'm abstaining, but one of the leads is a god.
Ooh.
This is on
Okay.
my TBR.
Okay, let me write that. Okay, so then Jennifer?
2.
Cody? 1.
1.
Lucille?
1.
Okay, Mallory's abstaining. Phil?
I guess dark romance, that gives me 2.
Okay. I like the Judge Judy with dragons caricature.
I like the comment about parking ticket court.
Dark fantasy parking ticket court. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I could see that. Maybe not dark, like a cozy fantasy about parking ticket, you know? I don't know if anyone has played Split Fiction, but it's like 2 writers and one is fantasy and one is sci-fi, and let's just say that's a vibe.
It's such a great game.
Mhm.
Such a great game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next cover, we're on Cody.
Okay. Well, it's definitely giving paranormal because I see supernatural battle and demon peaks. It looks like that young man there is trying to turn into a dragon of some kind, perhaps, maybe. So I'm gonna say, and he's shirtless. So I'm gonna say dark romance adult with dragons and paranormal things.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm going to say that there's like a battle for the underworld and dark romance for sure, forbidden romance, and I'm going to guess it gets very spicy.
I'm going to put Fated Mates in there.
Okay. So then we have dark demons and devils / paranormal horror. And I don't actually think there's any romance in this at all. Like, I thought romance, and I remember looking through this being like, but
It
where does
says
it?
it's paranormal demons and devils romance.
Yeah, it's in romance.
On the bottom right.
Okay.
He's mated to the Demon King.
Okay. I just can't
Or
read
fantasy
y'all.
horror.
Okay, you get your romance point. You get your romance point. I can't believe I missed that because I remember looking through this, and I guess I just skipped that first line and can't read, which is helpful. Okay, so Jennifer,
2.
Cody,
Was there a dragon or no?
No.
No
Okay,
dragons.
then
Human
just
king.
3.
okay, Lucille,
2.
Mallory.
4 coming in hot.
Ooh.
Oh, because you got the fated mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil.
I think I get 3.
Okay. All right. So next we have this one, which is our second to last. So we're with Lucille.
Let's see. I'm waiting for it to pull up on my big screen too. For Bride. I'm guessing something. Well, it says Forbidden Loves on the title, so it's romance. And fantasy with the keys, maybe fae.
Okay. Anyone have anything conflicting?
I'm going to throw in arranged marriage.
Okay.
I'm thinking possibly, yeah, with the fae, fantasy, romance, and possibly a retelling of some kind.
I would say
Yeah.
Cinderella.
Ooh.
I'm almost thinking like Rumpelstiltskin, like
I was gonna go Rumpelstiltskin.
You know,
like,
I thought Rumpelstiltskin, and then I thought Cinderella. So clearly, I have no idea.
but regardless, I think it's gonna have like fairy tale vibes, even if it's not a direct retelling.
I'm thinking like retelling, fae, but my guess is Rumpelstiltskin.
Okay. So I do remember what this one is, and I remember this one being the one I was surprised by the most. So this one is a dark sword and sorcery, mystery, romance. I can't remember. See what that first thing is. Does that say YA at the top?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, YA.
Dark.
Yeah.
Wow. It's gorgeous, though.
Yeah, it's a very pretty cover.
Is this a trad cover?
Is this trad the Weaver Bride?
That's a great question.
That would have been a fun thing to guess too. Do you think this is trad or indie? Penguin Random House. So yeah, trad.
That's trad. Yeah.
Which is why we had like all of these guesses, and I think I got 1 romance.
Yeah. It does really sell the whole indies being more on point. If I get really like ADHD hyper focused on this later, I'll go down the list and average the points of like the trad books versus the YA books, or not YA, indie trad, and see if like indie overall got way more points from everybody. Because that's funny.
That'd be really interesting.
Okay, so Jennifer, points.
2.
Cody,
1.
Lucille,
1.
Mallory,
1.
Phil.
1.
Okay. And then for our last cover, we have this one with Mallory.
Well, I'm gonna go definitely dark fantasy romance. Probably. Maybe not fae necessarily, but like we've got some other like otherworld creature, and I'm gonna say like maybe like arranged marriage, enemies to lovers situation. But yeah, dark and spicy, romantasy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm agreeing with the enemies to lovers vibe from this. I'm thinking also probably like a power kind of who gets control political drama in the background.
Okay. Majiko with the slice of life. Could you imagine? Okay, so for the reveal, we have Asian myth and legend, dark romance. I mean, I feel like it's definitely spicy. It says, yeah.
Oh yeah, we get sort of like a arranged or forced marriage in there.
A princess. We got
Drama.
Marriage or death.
Enemy territory. Okay, so points. Jennifer?
3.
Cody?
3.
Lucille?
Abstaining this round.
Ooh. Mallory?
3.
Phil?
Is this one an enemies to lovers? I can't tell.
Oh, it for sure is.
Yeah.
And I think I get 4.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay, so I am shocked that I was really worried that at some point the person who like I had in the rotation would have to abstain, but like look at me just magically making all of that work out. Okay, so do we want final scores or do we just want to know the winner?
The winner.
The winner. Okay, so
Or final scores.
Oh wait, hold on. I have to calculate the X's. Hold on just a minute. I have to do the math. So out of 13, out of 14.
I'm guessing Mallory.
12. You don't get extra points for guessing who wins.
No, but I like to make my guesses known.
Okay. That answer divided by that. I think I did my math right. So, because everyone who, yes, Michelle, with your happy math nerd noises, everyone who's ever seen me do math on a stream knows that it is a problem. So, I'm going to share my work first. I counted up all the points that everyone got through the game, like for each round. And then I divided it by the number of covers they answered, which was 14 minus the number of X's. And then we have like a number thereabouts 2-ish. If no one says
That
I'm
sounds precise.
Okay, good.
I followed. I'm with you.
Okay, good. Okay. So in last place, we have Jennifer.
Yay!
With are you ready for this? 1.38461538.5.
That's fantastic.
I think that's a level of accuracy
It means
that
I'm
you
number
don't
one.
really deserve.
You only want like 2 decimal points?
I like them.
Okay. So then in next we have, I can do reverse counting. Lucille at 1.5833333333.
Excellent.
And then we have Cody 1.642 less fun numbers. I wasn't going to do it for the last one. Then it was lots of 3s, and you just got to say 3 a million times.
Head to head, Phil.
Yeah. And then, I just want to say you two were tied other than counting out the X's before this, because I'd forgotten about the X's. So in my mind, you were tied, even though you weren't. So I probably shouldn't have just shared that because it's meaningless. However, next we have Phil at exactly 2 even. No decimal. Because you didn't abstain. So, the math works. And then in first place we have Mallory at 2.25 exactly. Ooh, other people did the math. Okay, Kyle's got 1.79. Very good. I feel like that was fun. I think that it is kind of funny because I feel like if you're more used to staring at covers, I feel like this would almost get harder because I specifically picked ones that were a little bit like not what you would expect or a little bit ambiguous. But I feel like it was still fun.
We have to be book detectives.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is fun because I feel like a lot of people don't normally. Wait, Greg and Trenton, you got 3.14? How? What are you doing with your life?
Looking at covers.
Yeah, really. Apparently, he's killing it.
Budding designer.
Maybe.
No.
Oh, okay. Pie and sarcasm. Yes, 3.14 is in fact. Thank you. Oh my god. Okay. Well, that was all that I had planned for this stream. So I don't know if anyone has any other things they want to bring up or like questions or anything. I I don't know. That's all I thought of.
I'm just excited to go pre-order your book.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I should probably mention this. For people that are, well, I think most of the people here all already know this. But we'll pretend you don't know. I have ARC signups too, which is now publicly available if you want to sign up for an ARC. The link is in the bio. Also, I have lots of links in the bio for all of these other authors and all the cool places you can find them and their books and their things as available. So check out the description and find all the things and check everyone out in all of their various forms. Yes, very exciting. And thank you all for celebrating. This was fun. We just talked covers for like an hour and 15 minutes. Also, I thought the whole cover talk would take way longer. I should have found more book covers, but I think that was good. Okay. Okay. Good luck on your vacation, Gregatron. And yeah, I think we'll call it at that. Thank you again, everyone. Check everything out. Check everyone here out. And enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks for hosting.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course.